Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 197 Fandom. What is it good for? I misspelled what. I put hat is it good for. Good lord. All right, I can fix that in post, right? Um, Telemachus in the house. You might be a gamer if a Cheeto stain is considered a badge of honor. Yes, quite. Uh, Chris Long, eh? Hey, all. How you doing, sir? Glad you're here. Charles, as always, says, well, he doesn't always say good night, but he is always here. How are you doing tonight, Charles? I hope you are doing well. No Reese tonight. He's a little under the weather with allergies, and he's been fighting with a beaver at work. And that's not a euphemism. He's literally been dealing with a beaver uh, at the ranch. So between that and dealing with runaway cows and horses giving birth, he's a little he's a little under the weather and a little tired. So no Reese tonight. I'm hoping we get uh, a McMurray sighting. Um, so he's probably cruising on his way home right now. Um, yes, Chris Long says beavers are a pain in the ass around farms. Yes, they are. Um, he undammed the beaver and then went to go uh, remove the lodge, but apparently the uh, the fuse on his explosives ran out too soon or something to that effect and didn't go boom. So he had to wait for enough time to let it be sure that it was safe to go in and dig it out. So yeah, he's been having fun. Anywho, um, this weekend, in fact, in less than 48 hours, um, I should be in the middle of running a What a Tanker game at March to Victory, being run at uh, Game Cafe in Independence, Missouri, starting around 5 o'clock and going until about 10 or 10:30. And then again this coming Saturday, if we get someone there early enough, we'll start up around 9 a.m. and then go until 10 or 10:30 again, or until everybody decides they want to go home, whichever comes first. So last year was a great time. This year looks to have a good set of games being run. Uh, there's uh, there's my games, of course, with What a Tanker and the Battle of Endor using Fistful of Lead Galactic Heroes. And then another Star Wars game being run by Steve. We're also going to have some Arena of Blood. McMurray's got a couple of games, including uh, Rabbits versus Monks, and then another game that he's running. I think it's a naval game of some sort. Reese will have his 3 millimeter World War II aircraft. That'll be fun. Um, so quite a bit of gaming to be had. Mandarin Mike, greetings everyone. How you doing, Mike? Glad you could join us. I'm flying solo right now, but that's okay. Um, so as we all know, you can always head over to wiley-games.com to pick up your copy of your favorite genre for gaming, and that could be anything from the far future to the way back times, and sword and sorcery, and monsters and ghouls and that type of thing, wizards and witches and spells and all kinds of great stuff. So head on over to wiley-games.com, pick up your favorite copy of Fistful of Lead or Arena of Blood for your gladiatorial gaming. And if you use the coupon code NOTJAY, NOTGAAY, you get 20% off. And then when you're painting up your miniatures for your gaming with Fistful of Lead, you always want to go ahead and grab your base ready material for doing basing, and of course your fast drying basing glue from Geek Gaming Scenics. Go to geekgamingusa.com for all of your basing needs. In the note, when you place your order, put in something that you saw on Chronicles of Not Jay, or say hi to McMurray, and he might send you a little note back. So there we go. Not obligated to talk about those things because I'm not getting paid for it, but I stand behind the product. All of them. It's good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump into our topic. Fandom. What is it good for? And Telemachus says, Fandom. People like to recreate their favorite movie scenes in miniature. Absolutely, we do. Of course, everybody knows that I do Star Wars. I love playing Star Wars with Fistful of Lead. Hi, buddy. Come on. Oh, everybody say hi to Clarky. Clarky, say hi to everybody. Yes, you're a good boy. So, Star Wars is old hat for me. I've done Battle of Endor. I've also done the boarding of Tantive 4. I do want to make that table a little bit bigger. I might start printing some more of those modules here in a little while, but we'll see. But so Star Wars is probably Mike. What are you doing? What are you doing, sir? Come here. So Star Wars is, one of my all-time favorites to game. I also like to game, with starfighters using the X-wing miniatures, and I haven't yet done it with the big fleet action size ships, but that's something I can definitely do with the starfighters also. I can also use the flying battleships out of the Glorious Adventures in the Age of Steam. I could use the flying battleship rules to do Star Wars main fleet combat also. So that could be really interesting to take a look at, and I might do that in the not too distant future. See if I can pull that together. Pardon me while I put this back in its place. There we go. But something I've been working on recently is I've been working on, and I think I've mentioned this previously, but I've been working on seeing if I can convert Ocean Thunder to work with fleet action ships, specifically starting off with Star Trek. Because I want to use, like I've said before, I've wanted to use these big ships in a game. These are 1/1000 scale Star Trek or Enterprise Reliant Bird of Prey from Star Trek 3 and Oberth class USS Grissom from Star Trek 3. So Star Trek, all of the 6 Star Treks for the Enterprise, and then 2 for the Reliant and 3 for the Bird of Prey and Grissom. but I also am going to want to, maybe have more ships on the table, and in doing, or on a smaller table, and in doing so, I'm started printing 1/1000 scale. Here's Enterprise, of course, and then I've got a bird of prey here, so quite small, and I went ahead and printed up a Excelsior, quite large and very front heavy. So I don't think I'm going to be able to use magnets on these, or at least not for this one. I think it's going to require me to pin a post on here. So, and I've got some other ships as well. I've got the D7 Katenga here, which is quite nice. Again, it's the movie version, so in 1/1000 scale. Hey, now we've got a McMurray. Hello, sir.
Hey guys, sorry about that.
That's
How's everybody
okay.
doing?
We're doing good. We're just talking about how I am looking to convert Ocean Thunder to be played with Star Trek ships.
Oh yeah.
So, and we've Chris Long says McMurray.
I see that, Chris Long. How you doing? I see Charles. I see Telemachus, and we got Mike. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
Yeah, we got 7 people out there. So
Outstanding. Good. Give us a holler, viewers. It's good to hear from you. Yeah. Are you correct, Telemachus? I'm dealing with the same stuff right now. I have like a bunch of aircraft painted up, and it's troublesome because when there's a torpedo hanging underneath of them, it's hard to mount a magnet down there. But I kind of want to have planes with torpedoes underneath. You can't fucking see them, but either way.
yeah. So what I was saying is I printed out this Excelsior class in a 1/2400 scale, and
Hey, Devin, what's up, buddy?
it is very heavy, very front heavy, and I'm gonna have to get some heavy duty magnets, or maybe I'm just gonna have to drill a post into it. I don't know yet. But
There's always again, my go-to with my heavy aeronef stuff was to just drill a hole into it, and I built a permanent base on each of them with a nail.
yeah,
Basically, I used a washer, then I put an MDF base with a hole in it for the shank of a nail, so that the head of the nail would sit on level with the washer.
uh-huh.
And then I epoxied those two together, and then I set the nail well into the ships. That being said,
Yeah.
I've had not the best of luck getting resin models to drilling into resin models.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure something out. I'm gonna have to figure, especially for this, monster. Um,
That's
'Cause it
fair.
is.
Well, there's a question for you. How, I know your brother has modeled, 3D modeled posts onto stuff. How hard would it be to? It can't be that difficult to 3D model a hole into the bottom of that ship.
No, it's not.
I know you can model a hole clean through the damn thing, but that's
Yeah,
not exactly what you need.
right.
Although, depending on how overly detailed the spot directly above the hole is, it might be easy enough just to fill it with putty or resin and then hold
Right.
a UV light over it.
Yeah. So I'll get something figured out. I mean, the sucker's 7.5 inches long,
Oh yeah,
so it's a good size model. Um, so
there you go. Chris Long
yeah.
says it's easy. Use Tinkercad. I don't even know what the hell that is, Chris Long, but I believe Chris can figure it out.
Oh yeah.
But
Hey, I used Tinkercad to merge
tanks and
the
turrets,
yeah, merge turrets. So
nice,
I got that going for me,
which
which
is
is
nice.
nice. um, so yeah, it's just one of those things I got it. I'll just have to figure out and do. Um, the problem is I don't want to have to reprint this one because it was 7.5 hours and it used every single bit of space to get it printed.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, correct. But now you have the STL,
Yeah,
like you have the supported file that works.
yeah,
Or might it be $1 and a nickel's worth of resin wasted? Maybe, but whatever.
yeah.
Like worse things have
So
happened.
exactly, exactly. So yeah, like well, the first time I printed it and it failed. So you
Well,
know,
exactly.
see, it failed.
Yeah, that's when you just add a shitload of supports to those back engine things.
Well, the engine's printed out also.
What?
Yeah, the engine's printed.
Is it a like 3-part print intentionally?
Nope.
Oh, well, I don't know how you did that then.
Um, so this part here printed just enough for these to be connected tenuously. So these printed perfectly, but this printed out like straight here.
Oh, so you need more supports going up that back part?
Yeah, so which I did, and it worked. So it was good. It was fun. Oh.
Outstanding, outstanding. That's good to hear.
Um, Charles says as soon as I finish touching up the primer on my Persians, I'm going to start looking at my fuzzy wuzzy spearmen and see what cleaning they need before basing and priming. Oh, there you go.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Nice. I have 48 hours, Charles, and then I'm back to Ancients.
Yep.
I'm spending the next 48 hours gussing up, printing, touching up, making a little extra add-ons to stuff. Excuse me. And then going and having a great time March to Victory. And then we are right back on the Ancients thing. I got a bunch of terrain. Again, I painted up like 50 Egyptians and 50 Canaanites.
There you go.
Since the start of the year in kind of 2 big batches. And I got a bunch more spearmen to paint, and then some cavalry, a couple chariots, and a couple of very characterful HQ sort of models. So it should be fun.
Hello, Hissy Cat. Welcome, sir. Telemachus swoons. I'm not sure if he's swooning at Hissy Cat. Oh, by the way, Jeffafa is with us. How you
I
doing,
saw that.
Hexy?
Hell yeah. Jeff just got, he is actually both of our intermittent guests, one of which is severely more intermittent than the other, but both Jeff and Todd just had their names come out in rule books this real recently here.
Really?
Jeff is in the new Miracle at Dunkirk game that was designed and developed by Mr. Lutman himself. And then shit, what game is Todd in? Oh, 29th in Fighting Formations. They're both listed as playtesters and editors, or what? One of those two.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we got wargaming greatness in the chat over here.
Outstanding. Yes, quite. So, so yeah, I've of course I do Star Wars all the time. I'm gonna start doing some Star Trek. I also like Battlestar Galactica. And I run Battlestar Galactica using starfighters.
Yeah.
Pretty easy conversion there, really. It's pretty good. And then I want to do Stargate SG-1.
The space combat?
No, no. Ground forces.
Oh, okay. There you go. That could be a really cool one because that's one of those ones where you could use like any terrain for it because you're just on a
Exactly.
different world.
Exactly. That's what's cool about it, because you can have, once you get your Stargate crew, your SG, your
Your SG team.
Stargate Team One, you can go to town and fight in a Nordic, Viking lodge area, or a Wild West town, or just about literally any place in history.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of honestly that whole series is quite good.
Oh yeah, it's so much fun to watch. I really I'm really disappointed in myself, because when it first was out, I didn't watch it for a really really stupid and petty reason.
What's that?
Well, because it had Richard Dean Anderson in it, and my ex-wife liked Richard Dean Anderson.
And so you didn't watch Stargate because it had MacGyver in it?
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I'm happy you figured that out.
So, needless to say, I was stupid.
It's been known to happen. Such is life. Happens to the best of us.
And of course, I'd love to do uh, Babylon 5.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I never really got into Babylon 5. I don't know what. I didn't really get. Oh, never mind. We can just leave that at it's sci-fi, and it falls into the McMurray sci-fi category. Just never been a huge sci-fi kind of person. Oh, look who's in the text and who is obviously not clicking on a link. Hey, Percy, what's up, buddy?
Hello, Percy. Um,
Yeah, Walkabout. Big fan of both Heights of Courage and Yom Kippur. I've played both of them. I think they're on probably Jeff's channel, maybe Todd's channel. They're very, very fun. Big fan. Yeah. They're also relatively cheap because I think they're both available as Ziploc games now. Which, needless to say, makes them quite affordable. Slash, they're usually ones that MMP puts into their sales when they run sales. So those are certainly ones I would recommend. If you want to pay, yeah, I am, Percy, just a little bit, not too bad. If you want to pay for shipping, Chris Long, I gladly ship you a copy of SPI's Sinai. I have a couple of those. I can't make you any, assurances on the quality of that game. I have not played it, but I certainly have copies if you really want to play Sinai. But where on earth did I put? I went and got another. Oh, there it is. Ash Gray. Okay. I'm having a good time painting big ships. Well, little ships, bigger little ships. 1/700 scale. I'm having a good time painting 1/700s.
Yeah, there you go.
Um,
I need to get painting on this guy here, Mighty Mo. I got her primed. I just need to get her painted now.
oh, is that your 1200?
Yeah,
Nice.
I need to do the same thing with USS Texas, and USS Texas is going to be a shit ton easier because she's all blue.
Oh, you're going to do the Schedule 43 or whatever
Um,
camo?
yeah, Mod 21 or
There
Measure
you go.
21. Um,
There you go. Yeah, measure, not schedule. I don't know what the hell I'm talking
um, yeah, Chris Long says he'll take a look at the game first and let you know.
about.
And the reason why Reese is not joining us is not only did he have a rough day at work and with dealing with beavers and horse puppies and cows going astray, he's now running a fever.
Well, he is a fucking cowboy, so maybe he should go find himself some more cowbell and get that shit figured out. Like, how is this different? Reese, come on, dude. Come on, dude.
Got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Yeah. Now, Walkabout, I really, really enjoy 1/700, but every time Ken Riley posts something, I feel so incredibly inadequate. It's almost embarrassing. But his 1/700 stuff is just beyond incredible. For those of you who are not familiar, just hop on, Facebook or Google and look up the Yorkshire Gamer from over in the UK. He does a lot of 6 mil stuff, but he also has done a lot, and I mean a lot, of 1/700 scale World War II naval stuff with Tamaya and Hasegawa and all the other models that are out there. And he does them on fixed sea bases. And man, do they look just phenomenal. Yeah. Also, feel like I need to say it for those of you in the St. Louis area. Game night at 8380 Watson Road got a restock on Army Painter Fanatics. They're quite good. I think at this point in time they're only missing like matte black because for whatever reason, despite the fact that no one should ever use matte black paint on a model, matte black is always the first paint that sells out whenever somebody gets a restock of a paint line.
Right.
But yeah. Get yourself some Army Painter Necromancer cloak and be much happier with the result.
Yeah. Chris Long says, yeah, the guy got me doing a lot of 1/700. He's from my great grandfather's area of Yorkshire.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
I know a little bit about UK geography, but not that much. I know Yorkshire's in the north of England, and they make breakfast tea there. Because that used to be Luke Fellow's favorite tea. Remember that was Yorkshire breakfast tea?
Yep.
I think he sold like boxes of it for a minute. Like he'd go to the grocery store over there and buy tea and then send it to people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, fun little meme products there.
So, are you all ready for March to Victory?
I need to print the cards for my rabbit game.
All right.
And like I said, I'm just touching up more and more detail
Cool.
on ships as we go. They're all 100% playable, including the few I'm bringing for Reese to use. But
Do you have some tanks for me?
oh shit, yeah. Hang on. Before we stop being live, remind me, and I will go open that up. Let me finish. I'm repainting the breakwaters on this thing so it looks cool. Yes, I do. I have a shitload of tanks. That's the problem. Yeah, okay, hang on. We will 100% cover that before we go off the air. Remind everybody in the texter, remind me of that every couple minutes, or not every couple minutes, sweet Jesus. At about 9, and then, every 15, 20 minutes or so after that until we go offline, remind me until I've got that done. Because we will absolutely go over and look at tanks and see what kind of weird or semi-memey tanks Chris might want to use. I think I gave away my, because I printed a Bob Semple tank. The little New Zealand Defense Force prototype. I gave away a bunch of the goofiest things, but there's still absolutely some silly stuff we can toss in there and have fun with.
Percy says, McMurray, tanks.
Thank you, Percy. Exactly. Just like that, my dude. Just like that. Perfect.
So, I'm tomorrow night is just gonna go through and make sure I've got everything in the boxes.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to do anything because everything's built and ready to go. The only thing is once I get the list of tanks from you, I go in and make those cards, and I got to laminate those. But besides that, I just got to make sure I've got all my dice. I've got my cards that I'm going to use. I've got the 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 tokens for what a tanker for uh, going figuring out initiative, that type of thing. So. Hextech says he's mastering FDM printing of 15 millimeter tanks and loving it.
There you go.
And then Walkabout Chris Long says I need to base my Prince of Wales and Repulse and 3 destroyers.
There you are. I have not. See, I don't have any of mine on bases. Originally, I don't know if you guys remember, a year, maybe 2 years ago, I built a bunch of destroyers.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was planning on using them with my March to Victory #2 Spanish-American War ship bases.
Right.
Because those should be just a fine size to use without too much change, like I don't need to make bigger base height or bigger C stands. I can use the ones that I've got. But that shit's not as fun. Like, because I had Hood, right? Because when I was looking for an E-class British destroyer. And to get an E-class British destroyer was like $30. Or I could get the little pack that had Hood and an E-class in it for, like 40. And I said, you mean I can get HMS Hood for $10? Done. Okay.
Right.
So I wound up with Hood, and then that, well, you know how collections grow.
Yeah.
I was pretty good about it for a little while there. And then I was at a local hobby store, and they had Rodney on sale for like $15 or something because it was out of the plastic, but all the frames were obviously inside.
Yeah.
So then, that followed me home because of course it did.
Because it's Rodney.
Yeah, and you know what? I told myself I was going to wait until I needed motivation to build that, and I'm very happy to report that it is still in the box. We are good. I've been just rolling along. I now have all 4 German World War II capital ship classes constructed and mostly painted. No, I'm not counting the 2 pre-dreadnoughts. Go away. Just somebody's going to ask. No, I'm not. Prusen and whatever the other one is are not included.
Oh, was it?
Baden, maybe?
Yeah, or Schleswig and
Schleswig-Holstein
yeah,
and Bad. I don't know. Either way. Doesn't matter. No, they are not included. Yes, I know they fired on Westerplatte. No, they didn't do anything really cool. And no, they are not even close to findable in 1/700 without paying like 100 and something bucks for a questionably 3D printed figure or kit. So,
yeah.
what's up?
No, just how you put it, questionably 3D
Well, they are
printed.
3D printed. It's
Right.
just most of them that you look at don't have pictures of the actual ship you're looking for. So it's kind of one of those like, okay, is this originally a 1/1500, God of War Togo ship that you just blew it to 200% or
Right.
what?
Yeah.
Because the STLs are not, commonly available from any of the normal, really good known STL designers for naval vessels. So
Right.
it's a little nerve wracking because you really get the feeling, man, this thing's going to be dog shit. Uh,
Yeah,
but
but it'll be $150 dog shit.
and that's what I'm trying to avoid. You are 100% correct on that. It will absolutely still be expensive. No question. No question at all. Um, but yeah, Reese, if you're still out there, I've got your ships painted up, or your 2 destroyers painted up. I think I told you that. I
Yeah,
also then,
he
because
said.
Reese is running air combat,
Yeah,
and
he
he
said
asked if I
thanks
could.
again for
What's
the
up?
Japanese. He said he commented thanks again for the Japanese ships.
Oh, outstanding. Yeah. Um, he's running air combat, and he wanted some Japanese ships to be targets for uh, the aircraft, and it was absolutely. So I did a couple of destroyers. Then I actually added in. I found a little Japanese like converted fishing trawler patrol craft.
Mm-hmm.
I painted that up too. So that's just a goofy little piece of window dressing for something or
Right.
other. I was gonna jokingly say we could try and put a torpedo into that thing too, but I feel like it's too small. A torpedo would go right under it.
Right.
We could do the Japanese destroyers though if we get that entertained.
Well, he's hoping to use B-25s to skip bomb.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah. No, he explained the B-25 scenario, which is super cool. Big
yeah,
fan.
and he is bringing the P-38s and Bettys.
Yup. I will have swordfish. Um, there will be swordfish present for sure. Um, they're cool aircraft.
Yeah, old string bags.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I found a bunch of pictures of them getting like repaired and stuff, and it's just awesome. Like it looks like an erector set on steroids, like the interior framework of the plane and the wings and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I'm a big fan.
Chris Long says that's why I went Pacific in 1700. Waterline IGN is easy to get. Same with U.S. and British, but tougher, but still easier than German and Italians in 1700.
Yeah, there's plenty of Italians out there. You just have to buy trumpeter, which I'm not as much of a fan of the trumpeter models as I am of the Tamaya and like Hasagawa and Fujimi. But such is life. Such is life. I think my Graf Spey was, or no, my Richelieu was trumpeter, and I'm not as much of a fan of that because you can't find a Dunkirk or a Strasbourg. But now there's just way too many damn turrets on this thing to even like approximate it as a Dunkirk or a Strasbourg.
Right.
I mean, the whole deck line and superstructure is different too because it got so much love during the war in the U.S. that, um, like, we're still going to blow up the Richelieu at some point in time because it did fire shots in anger at the U.S. and Royal Navy. So fuck them.
Right. Yep. It needs to take a couple of hits from 14-inch shells from USS Texas.
Exactly. It like I said, it will 100% be taking hits at some point in time. Mm.
Oh.
I know we talked about doing Taranto in 1/6000 because you can fit the whole scale table in 1/6000 on a 4x8. I think we can do
Yeah.
the same thing with Merzel Kabir and just be trolly as fuck. Like, sorry, you suck, but recall this. Um, Same with like Casablanca and everywhere else. And we should play Reese's World War II air combat game with the French trying to bomb Gibraltar as well and the whole 9 yards.
Um, Chris Long says he spent $180 on 3 destroyers for his Germans.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be real honest with you, Chris Long. I don't remember what the manufacturer is, but there's an old manufacturer that put out little 2-packs of like Z23s and Z30, well, whatever they are, the 1934 and 36 that are real close. I just bought 2 of those, and if I ever feel like doing Narvik, I can buy a couple more boxes of them because it would also be cool to do Narvik with the ship stands,
Mm-hmm. That
especially
would be
once,
cool.
all of a sudden the British are like, all right, we're actually not crapping around anymore. This is a super dreadnought. Godspeed.
Right. Send in the war spite.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, hello, these are 15-inch guns. You have 5.9-inch guns. Good luck.
Suck it.
Yeah.
Um, what are you doing, buddy? I'm being stared at by my boy here. So, um, something else I need to be working on. I picked up this game a while back. I did an unboxing video of it uh, a long time ago. It's
Hold it
got to be
up.
like 2 years ago or 2 years or so ago. But
Hold it up.
it's
What is it?
Firefly.
Oh, okay. I remember that. Yeah.
So I've got the models, um, and they're 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 not they're not real bendy. I mean, they're a little bendy for like on the longer guns here. They're bendy,
Yeah.
but you know the the guys themselves aren't that bendy.
They're like the
So
Bones figures, I think, if I recall correctly.
yeah, kinda. So I just need to get them painted up and primed and painted. Uh, I think I think they'd be cool to do some sort of game with. Because I've got the only I don't have Shepherd book and I don't have Inara, but I've got everybody else on the Firefly crew and then or Serenity crew, and then I've got a whole passel of bad guys. I think about 10 bad guys total.
Are the Reavers or the bad guys Reavers or Imperials?
No, they're uh, just regular dudes.
Oh, okay. So just henchmen and whatnot.
Yeah. Five
Nice.
of them have swords and axes, and 5 of them have pistols and rifles and whatnot.
Nice.
So yeah, so like got this guy here with looks like kind of like a body armor, and then two huge cleavers. and goggles. I mean, because when you got two big cleavers, there's gonna be blood,
Oh yeah,
and so you don't want you don't want the blood to splash into your eyes. So
that'll happen. That'd be bad.
yeah, so it's also kind of cool is that the I've got um, two different models of each of the crew also. So like you've got just the regular Zoe here, standing and looking all badass, and then you got her in her action pose with her hog's leg out, ready to blow somebody face off. So I should prime those up and get them painted also because why not? It's that's another fandom that I like. I enjoy Firefly.
It is cool. It's a shame that it got axed so quickly, but at the same time, it's kind of like it didn't have time to get dumb.
Exactly. Every episode is good. There are no filler episodes in those 13 episodes. So, I mean, yeah, would I like to have had more? Sure. How long we were going to go before we got this episode's not great. I don't know. So,
I
13 episodes in a movie, I'm good with.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm kind of happy that it also ended after 13 or after the episodes, right? Not like, okay, well, figure out what you have, because then they have like 4 or 5 seasons of that planned out also,
Yeah.
and it just got canceled.
Yep.
Because, like, that's what happened with HBO's Rome, right? Was they got through the first season, it was wildly successful. And then they said, oh, also, by the way, you have 1 season left. Do whatever you're going to do, but that's all you got. And so they had to, like, try and squeeze 4 seasons into 1 season, and it compressed the timeline really bad.
Yeah.
The second season of Rome is fantastic. But the first season of Rome is mind-bogglingly phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. It was an absolutely great show.
It had to walk so that, all the rest of the really, really great HBO shows could run. But
exactly.
It either way, I'm happy that Firefly didn't necessarily get crammed down into some shoehorn like that.
Exactly. Reese says the Cult of Jane cracked me up. Yeah, that was Janestown is the name of the episode.
Hell yeah!
And,
it's like the John Frum cults. They're badass.
Yeah,
I would assume that's what they're all or what that storyline is directly based off of. But even so, yeah. What the hell? I came down in the basement for something. What was I going down to the basement for?
Tanks.
Oh yeah, I think the tanks are upstairs though.
Okay, then I don't know what you went downstairs for.
Let's see. Let's see here. Okay. That is not a very heavy Flames of War case. I feel like there's probably not many tanks in this. I don't actually know if there's any tanks in that. That is an American box. What kind of tanks were you looking for, Chris?
Americans or Germans?
Like you got like a Sherman, right?
Yeah, I've got Shermans. I've got M10s. That's what I've got for America. Oh, and I've got the Pershing, but I'm not going to put the Pershing out.
Yeah, those things are just silly. Let's see here. I think I mostly just have Shermans and an M8 Greyhound. So Let's see. Oh, this also might only have 2 layers of Americans in it. Let's see here. Bazooka Jeeps, which would be kind of goofy, but yeah. Okay, let's put those back in there. Yeah, I don't actually have too much weird American armor.
That's okay.
There's not a whole lot of weird American armor out there that super duper made it to the front. It would be cool because there are things like the German casemate open topped tank destroyers. It would be kind of cool to throw like an M3 gun motor carriage with a 75 or something on there in that.
Right.
But I do not have one of those printed. See, that's the sad thing, right? That used to be something you could very easily get online and buy directly from Battlefront and get just a beautiful resin model of without any trouble, because that was what they did, and it was awesome. Okay, got King Tigers. You want a King Tiger?
No, not really.
Yeah, how about a Martyr?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, hang on. Let me keep looking through my Martyrs. Those are just primed. Not that it takes a long time to paint a Martyr.
Come on, buddy. There you go.
There's Panzer 2s, 3s. Nah.
I got 3s and 4s already.
Yeah, 2s aren't that cool. There's a bunch of 4s. Oh, here's a one of the 47 millimeter French anti-tank guns on a Hotchkiss H39 hull.
All right.
So you basically play it like a Martyr 1 or a Panzerjäger 1 with a little bit better armor. You got Panthers out, assume?
I do not have any Panthers.
Do you want a Panther or two?
Sure. Let's throw a Panther in there.
Okay. I got a Jagd Panther too.
I've got a Jagd Panther already.
Okay. Then I'll pull out 2 Panthers. One with shells on the back and one without. Tiger?
Nah.
Nah?
Nah.
Okay. All right. So right now I've got 2 Panthers and a 37 mil. Do you have Stugs out, assume?
Yeah, I got Stoogs.
Okay. All right. So that mostly sums up this box. What the hell are these? Oh, those are half tracks with various things on top of them. Probably don't need those. Oh, oops. 222s would not be that cool. Neither would 223s. The rest of these are all Panzer 1, 2, 3s, and 4As. And then Befehl Panzers and Panzerjäger 1s. That's my early war tray, apparently. Which makes sense because they're all painted like that. All right. Put those up. Part of the issue is I enjoy just kind of like randomly painting German armor.
Yeah.
And printing it in 15 mil is just dog easy.
Sure.
So it's kind of scattered all over the place.
Right.
Okay, what is in here? I think these are fins, maybe? Yeah, those are fins. I'm trying to think if there's any German applicable armor in the fin thing. And I think if there is, it would just be Stugs. Maybe a Panzer 4. But you said you already have 4s and Stugs, so we don't need to look in there.
Reese wants to know if you got any M8 Scots.
In 28 mil, yes. 15, I just haven't printed any. I printed actually somewhere I have a bunch of turrets that I printed and painted, So I just pull them off, pull my Stewart turrets off, and put them on. But those would also be legitimately god awful in What a Tanker. So, all right, there are Achilles, so essentially M10s or 18s or whatever, but they're all essentially the same in terms of that game. There is some anti-tank and whatnot, some artillery, more jeeps, lots of infantry, Churchills, but they're not done being painted, and those are British. Do you want a Stuart?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Uno. Dos. Well, one. One Stuart. There is a Sherman recovery vehicle
Not gonna help.
and a full-blown tractor. Oh, there's a Churchill AVRE. Okay, let's put these Brits back. There's some Canadian. Oh, weren't we talking about Rams last week?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's a couple Canadian Rams. Ram Kangaroos or whatever it is.
Yeah.
When the Canadians just started making up animals and calling their tanks that. I'm sorry. Calling their American tanks that. All right. Sorry, Chris. Chris Long, love you, buddy.
He had to take off. He went to have dinner.
There you go. Get himself a double-double. Okay. What are these? These look like Germans. Let's see what's in here. Are these Germans or are these Americans? Oh, those are Americans. There's Toddy's excellent map table. HQ stand. Are these Soviets? What the fuck are these? Those are absolutely Soviets. There's an M26 and like a BA6. What? I didn't know Toddy had 15 mil Soviets. Let's see here. More Shermans. A couple more M8 Greyhounds. There's a T-28. A Panzer IV. Oh man, there's a Beuta Panzer, one of the German half track or one of the French half tracks with a Pack 40 on top of it.
Oh yeah.
You want one of those?
Yeah. Let's see what happens with that.
It'll go well with this other little tank destroyer that I've got, and then there's a couple 251/9s, so the little half tracks with the 223 turret on top, and Stugs. And the fuck are these things? Oh, those are French early war game models. Those are cool figures, but bunch of French, a staff car, Pack 43s, so the 128 millimeter carriage. Yikes! And Stugs. Okay, let's get all these back into this box or into this case. I always forget the wide variety of like figures and whatnot that Todd had rattling around. Gaming models are cool vehicles. It's been a long time since I looked at their website. They always did have a really cool selection of, honestly, well base painted vehicles in 15 mil, and it was always $5 for $5 for a tank, $5 a tank, whatever combination or number or whatever else you want, $5 a tank. Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, now, are there any 15 mil in this colossal case? I know there's a ton of 28s. There are a ton of 28s in here. Okay, 28 mil American World War II infantry, 28 mil British World War II, more 28 mil British World War II, more 28, Jesus, more 28 British World War II, 28 mil British World War II armor. So we got some of the early stuff. There's a M8 Scott in 28 mil. And there's a bunch of Italian and German Desert 28 mil armor. Okay. So none in this case. Let's keep looking. Just keep looking. Just keep looking. Just keep looking. Somewhere I've got a Hummel, Chris. If you want me to bring that, one of the SIG, the SIG 33, the great big 150 millimeter self-propelled artillery piece.
Yeah.
That's a cool one. That's a cool one. All right, let's see here. Oh, there's the German case. That's heavy as shit. What is in here? Feels like nothing. Let's double check. Nothing. All right, cool. That one, I believe, has Lord of the Rings in it. Let's double check that. It might be Italians. You never do know. What rulebook's in the outside? Bolt action. I'll assume this is going to be Italians. The spaghetti monsters themselves. Italians and Americans? What? This is inside of a case. It's an infantry tray, and it's got a bunch of completed Americans and then Italian Fulgor Division paratroopers on the same tray. The next one down has Italian special weapons, including 2 Beretta machine guns, a mortar, and an Elefantino gun. Some U.S. infantry and a 30 cal team. What?
Interesting mixture.
And now there's some Italian armor and a D-Day camouflaged Stuart. What is this? Yeah, this is a lot of Italian armor because there's a Cimavente 75, an Auto Soriana, a Stuart, 2 CV30 or L3s. The hell's under there? An American Jeep with a 50 on it.
You know that
What's
Cimavente
under-
75 is the best tank in World War II.
No, that idiot thought it was the 90 mil Cimavente because he's an idiot. And an AB-41, whatever their armored car was. Okay, well, this is a weird case. What the hell did I have this all packed up for? Let's see what else is down here. Prone machine gun and light mortar guys, and a bunch more Italian infantry. What? All right, cool. Okay, so that's entertaining. Interesting. I don't know when I had a bunch of Americans fighting a bunch of Italians, but whatever. Cool. We've got our Gothic line game set up, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so if that one's Italians, that one's got to be... It's got to be Lord of the Rings, right? Has to be Lord of the Rings. Oh, it's super light. That's got to be Lord of the Rings. Because those are all 3D printed in plastics. Orcs. Okay. All right. Those two are full of 28s, I believe. Let me double check my phone battery here. 14%. We're still doing okay. All right. Let's see. Where else would more 15 millimeter armor be? In the base Cemente. I think that should be just about all of it's down here. So let's collect up what I found and pulled out. Take it upstairs. Actually, while we're down here, let's find ourselves a KR multi-case small to put these into. What are you? You are old Tyranids. That is not a good KR multi-case. That is something else. Okay. This is always a fun voyage of exploration when I just go looking through boxes in my basement.
Right.
All right, let's set this tray down. Look at the multi-cases, eh? Actually, I think I got these from Dwayne. That's quite plainly for 15 mil infantry. What's in the second one? That's pluck. Nope. Okay. What is this fucking thing hanging down for? Actually, now that I think back on it, I 100% got all these from Dwayne. There's 28 mil pluck. Infantry. 15 mil infantry. $15 infantry pluck. Okay, let's check what's in the zippered case. What the hell is this stack of papers? Nothing important. It's trash. Into the trash bin. Okay. Let's look at the two cases inside of the zippered case. 28 millimeter infantry. I feel like this one is also going to be 28 millimeter infantry. Yup. A-okay, no problems. I know exactly where there's a case upstairs that will fit all this armor quite nicely. Let's get it into the hand. Hell, man, with 2 Panthers and 2 improvised tank destroyers, this is essentially a late war Panzer division.
There you go.
Yep. Note to self, don't trip and fall in the basement on the concrete floor when I'm carrying tanks in an open hand. They're all resin or 3D printed, though. They should be fine. All right, there is the 150 gun on a Renault UE self-propelled little artillery ammunition schlepper chassis. That's just the goofiest looking damn thing. Let's grab this felled hair little box. It's got foam in it that should be empty. Praise be it is. Okay. One Panther, 2 Panther in the box. Stuart in the box. Half track in the box. TD in the box. Self-propelled artillery piece in the box. I got spots for 4 more tanks. Let's go hunting, eh? Let's see. King Tigers, Stugs, half tracks, and half tracks. Damn. Let's see here. That's a Mark IV. Not a German Mark IV, a British Mark IV, so that's a little out of period. Let's see. We got 15 millimeter Panzermechs, Chris.
What was that?
I said we got 15 millimeter Panzermechs.
Oh, there you go.
No, I don't know if those would fit super duper good. I'd feel a little dirty bringing those. Okay. Here is a random tray of 15 millimeter armor. What's underneath it? Okay. Here's more trays of 15. Stand by. Come with me. Come with me, and you'll see a whole world of really wacky shit. Okay. Let's set that down. Okay, Chris. Well, you said American and German, right?
Yeah.
This is all Soviet, French, Belgian, and Polish. Okay, so none of those. What's underneath? Holy shit, that's a lot of German infantry. Okay. Not there. Yeah, those are all bunch of French, some Polish TKSs and 7 TPs. And then their Vickers 6-ton variants, and then a couple of the T-15 tank destroyers, which are wild because those look like they've got fully enclosed fixed gun positions on the top. So they look like turrets, but they're absolutely just enclosed guns that are in little circles. Shit. There's the other trays of 15. Well, all right, time to start shifting stuff. Let's see, as we're moving past it, bunch of, some more 28 millimeter Italians. More 28 millimeter British and German infantry from World War II. Good times, good times. Righteous shitload of ancient naval stuff. Here's a few more Italians and a whole bunch of aeronefs. All right, more 15 millimeter armor. Those are Humber 1s. Those are British artillery. That's a bunch of British infantry. I've got Shermans, M10s. I got the self-propelled 3-inch wheeled motor gun carriages. Those never really actually existed too much. 15 millimeter Italian stuff. And that is just about what I'm coming up with so far for the night, Chris.
That'll work.
Okay. Oh, nope. Those are my 15 millimeter Italians. All right. Cool. So we've got 7 or 8 tanks for you that weren't there, and some of which are real weird. I don't know where. Somewhere I've got a bunch of Beutepanzers. The Kampfgruppe Becker stuff. The converted French half tracks and whatnot, like a bunch of them, where they put Pack 40s and 105s onto not UE tractors, the French UNIC tractors or half tracks.
Yeah.
I have no idea where all those are, because at one point in time I wanted to do a 21st Panzer Beutepanzer army when I was thinking about getting back into Flames of War. But then I remembered Flames of War is not super duper fun playing 4th edition, and so I stopped. But I printed a shitload of them. I think I printed, I don't remember, a whole bunch of the 75 mil variants, and then a good number of the 105s. The 75s were far more prevalent. But anyways, all right, so you got those written down, Chris?
All right, let me get them. Hold on.
I don't think all of them are going to be in the rules. Obviously, Panthers and Stewarts are.
Right.
Let me see if my copy is sitting right on the shelf here.
Okay.
Hell, it's not. Where the hell is that? Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay.
Okay. So what all you got?
2 Panthers.
2 Panthers. All right.
1 Stewart.
M3 or M5 really doesn't matter, I guess.
Does not matter. It's a Stewart with a 37 mil on it.
Yeah. All right.
And then I have some of these names are rather absurd for like the German stuff. Essentially, I have a Panzerjäger 1 that I would give armor 3 because it's based off of a Hotchkiss chassis.
Yeah.
I would essentially just count it as a whatchamacallit, a Panzerjäger 1 with armor 3 because it's based off of the H-39 chassis. And then I've got a Pack 40 mounted on one of those Unic tractors. Again, I'd probably count that just as a Martyr 3, but with armor 1. Well, let's see here. Panzer 2A, yeah, I'd count it with like armor 1 or maybe 2. Maybe 2. Just so that it doesn't immediately die.
Right.
And then oh yeah, I forgot. I got that derp cannon on there. That thing definitely again is armor 2. That thing's probably slow. The grill or grilla.
Right.
But then the cannon on that thing is absurd. Because the Stu 42 with a 105 has a strike of 7. I'm trying to go through here, see if I see anything that's got like a howitzer on it. Great Britain. Dang, they don't have an AVRE on here for me to make comparison to. Let's see. Yeah, damn. I don't think they put anything in here that's got a howitzer on it. Which kind of makes sense, but it's also kind of sad at the same time. Honestly, I just give it the same as a stew. It's not perfect, but you don't want to give it strike 11. That would be ridiculous. Yeah, you don't want to give it strike, 8 or something like it's a 76.
Right.
But they're rating the 105 howitzers as 7. And again, granted, it's a 150, but it's also a 150 infantry gun, not a howitzer. So, Oh, you could always do that and then give it the Iron Fist special rule, which is for stuff that has just colossal big guns.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would certainly give that thing the small and slow special rules.
And which one is that one?
hang on. Let me pull my computer up so I can give you the exact names for these things. Let's see. UNIC half track pack 40. All right. The guy with the half track with the pack 40 on it is the U304 parentheses F pack. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. That's not the right one. That is not the right one. That's too small. Too small. I said too small.
Telemachus wants to know if we have any plasma rifles in the 50-watt range.
I do not have any Terminator stuff, unfortunately. I do not have any Terminator stuff. Why does this website suck so bad? What is this nonsense?
Charles says, I decided not to individually base these native troops, probably 4 apiece on the base 40 millimeter front 30 millimeter by 30 millimeter.
What scale, Charles? Okay. I don't know what the hell Steel Division is, but their website blows. Let's see. Let's just look at the P107 things and see if we can find. Okay, here's Alfred Becker, Battle Commander Becker. Yes, he made Martyr 1s. I'm looking for his later work, please and thank you. All right. There is Stug Battalion 200 or Stug Abteilung 200, which is cool. Give me the names of the tanks. Give me the names of the tanks. They're not tanks either, but yeah. Okay. I don't know. That's on the Hodgkiss. Damn it. I know where I can go. Stand by. We're going to go to Easy Army. The bolt action force selector will work great for us. Okay, save platoons.
He's doing 15 millimeter.
Correct.
No, Charles is.
Oh. Yeah, dude, Charles branched out, man. Charles doing all kinds of stuff now. Charles really is. He's always done a lot of stuff, but Charles is outdoing himself now. Oh, come on. Okay, not the Hotchkiss H35. What is it? The Renault R35? Let's see. Germany. Okay, so the one with the French 37 millimeter or 47. Are you ready?
Yeah.
4.7 centimeters. So cm space capital P A capital K apostrophe T Alf Panzerkampfwagen. So AUF space PANZERKAMPFWAGEN space 35R apostrophe F own a term. So OHNE space TURM, which is 4.7 centimeter Czech anti tank gun on the French 35R tank without turret. There you go. Bam. I knew that one was going to be easy to find.
Good Lord.
What? Oh yeah, no, that's absurd. That's going to be a fun one that somebody's just going to see and be like, "Wait, what?"
Germans and their bullshit.
That is one of the more absurd ones, to be fair. Let's go to Flames of War lists. That'll be an easy way to find the other guys. Is going
All right,
to
come here.
What's up?
Oh, Cat wants back up.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
Joe says he's got about 400, maybe closer to 515 millimeter stuff to get done.
Yeah, that'll happen. All right, let's see here.
How are you, sir?
So the 150 is the 15 centimeter in parentheses SF in parentheses Lorraine Schlepper. So LORRAINESCHLEPPER. Now, I know this is where they talk about the 75 millimeter. Where is the anti-tank platoon here? Or the tank hunter platoon? Okay. The next one. So that last one, the the half tracked Pack 40 is an S307 parentheses F N parentheses Pack 40. So again, that's that Unique S307 French with a Pack 40 mounted.
All right.
Hooray. That was far more of a struggle than it needed to be. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. Now to get back to our previously scheduled shenanigans. I think I'm going to experiment with putting a wash onto my ships with an airbrush. Chris Long, you still hanging out? God, I hope Chris Long is still hanging out.
Dinner.
I know. Well, that's fair. Hoping he would come back here. Or Jeffy. Jeffy, you still about? I hope Jeffy's around. Jeffy's been doing a lot of painting recently. It's quite impressive. I hope he's been posting it on the Discord. I hope everybody hops over and looks at it, and I hope he keeps posting stuff. He's working on some 15s now, just like Charles.
He does a good job.
Oh, sorry, Reese. Any M8 Scots? I could use them on LVTs. I do not have. Reese, the only problem with my M8 Scott kits is that they're mostly in 1/100. So if I were to bulk them out by 300%, they would be almost, unusable on your LVTs. That's assuming that the turret ring or whatever the turret mounting and orientation system on those 3D prints in your models is the same, which unfortunately I kind of doubt. But I'm sure we can figure it out if we need to. Let's see. Oh, I did find a guy who has 2 copies of the Games Workshop pirate game from back in the day.
Oh, yeah?
That I'm picking up this weekend while I'm in Kansas City.
That's cool.
Every time I go over there, more shit comes with me. Last year, the year before, was that year that I brought back like 30-something SPI games.
Right.
You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was absurd. I had that dumb Civic full of SPI flat packs. But anyhow, yeah. Good stuff. Real good stuff. Oh, see, Reese is golden. Yeah. He doesn't need my help. Reese says, "Get out of here, McMurray, you asshole." But yeah, no, I'm really excited. This Torpedo Bombers game or Torpedo Raiders game, I have basically how this works is the range at which you drop your torpedoes is determined by the number of cards left in the little like deck that you're dealing defensive stuff out of, like your obstacles, the bot deck.
Right.
And so what I did was I took blue like buffet table runners and I've got them like blocked off every foot. So you advance each time we flip, right?
Right.
And this game has the potential to be obnoxious because there's 25 feet of runners. That I've got laid out and marked out for us to move down. What are the tables there? The 6 foot or like the 7 foot tables or the 5 foot tables?
I don't remember. I'm thinking.
I don't remember, man. I know at the old place they were the 5x2.
Yeah.
Or 5x2 or 2.5. Because I used to take and for like my airship game, I put 3 tables next to each other to make a 5x7.
Yeah.
But I truly don't know about this one. But either way, it'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. It certainly does mean, though, that probably going to have to set that up in the upstairs or downstairs.
Right.
Because, yeah. Which is fine. Hell, Reese and I could just take the upstairs and or the downstairs and just say, this is where the aircraft games are. This is where the 1-600 aircraft are.
Yeah.
Come on down. Come on up. Come on up, do hood rat stuff with your friends. All right. Chapow. Let's paint up some alternates just in case. 3D printed swordfish look awesome, but damn, are they fragile. Shoot.
Definitely.
Like, I feel like if I printed the Gukek ones would have been fine, but I would have been making them bigger than they already are. Which means that, again, they are blocky, bulky, right? I am happy that I switched to individual swordfish, not doing the whole flights, because originally I was going to do that with the 3 flight, or the flight of 3. How Gukek has them modeled, you know? But
yeah,
I decided not to do that, which I'm okay with. I'm actually kind of happy I didn't do that. But it just makes me kind of sad sometimes. You know. The real question, these alternative ones, do I paint them in the like really light tan looking color or the really light gray looking color? Reese Poo, what do you think? It's hard to tell. It's damn near impossible to tell what they actually were because finding pictures of the correct air group on Arc Royal, so finding 818 versus 825. We probably need, I'll paint them up like 825 because 825 is the group that actually went out with 9 swordfish and did incredibly minor damage to Bismarck before 818 and 810 squadron went out and put a rudder hit on them. But
right.
825 was on Furious, not on Arc Royal. You know what? If I don't mention any of this weekend, no one will know.
It says paint them how you want and however they will be most usable.
Man, that's super helpful. Not at all helpful, Reese. It is super good advice that is not helpful at all. I do appreciate it, though. Thank you, sir. That is very good advice that is not helpful, which is 100% fantastic advice. All right. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a drop of the light brown and a drop of the ultralight tan in the same thing, mix it up, and paint them like that. It'll be like that blue versus gold dress picture that was floating around.
Yeah.
Where somebody will be like, wait a minute, is that light tan or light gray? And I can tell them, yep. Correct. It's actually blue. Are you losing your damn mind?
Here you go. Paint them in Southeast Asia, United States Air Force camo.
No. Incorrect. Incorrect, sir.
Scala Gremlin speaks up with the smaller they are, the brighter you want to paint them.
Exactly. That's why I'm going with either the really, really light gray or really, really light tan. Yeah, absolutely, Scala. You are 100% correct, sir. This is not quite my first rodeo.
Close.
Is it?
Nah.
I've recently started gaming on Tuesday nights with the guy who's retired, but just started gaming at like Thanksgiving. Right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of wild, man. Like I'm used to gaming, not necessarily with guys who've gamed longer than I have, because at the same time, while I'm only 35. I also started gaming like on my own, not with, oh, look, he's playing with Grandpa's models, because none of my parents or older brother or anything liked gaming.
Right.
I started gaming again, essentially on my own initiative at like 10. And then, aggressively collected 40K nonsense on the used market. And then, I've got a bit of a problem, as everyone here knows and is intimately familiar with. As a bunch of you just listen to me drone on, sorting through just a couple of spots. And it's entertaining. It's interesting. His name's Dave. He's a good dude. Very enthusiastic. Hearing Dave ask questions and stuff, it's one of those, damn, I guess I'm kind of, Jesus, okay. Yeah, I'll answer your questions. I'll help you out. This is fun. He's unfortunately not going to make it to March to Victory. I feel like part of the reason it took him so long to find gaming is because he is happily married. And they've got stuff going on this weekend, which made me kind of sad. But it's hard getting people to go when I can't tell them a venue until like a month out, man. We got to figure this out next year.
Yeah.
Because it's not hard to get people to go to March to Victory. They just have to know that March to Victory is happening, and then it's where it's happening.
Right.
Because it's hard to sell people on, hey, you should come to this convention. Oh, cool. Where is it? Independence, Missouri. Cool. That's kind of a small town. Where in Independence? I don't know. I have an idea, but I can't give you an exact day. Well, I can't give you an exact place, and because of that, I can't really give you an exact day, because that might change if the place is booked that day. Like, people want to go, but man, yeah. That made it kind of tough to try and sell it to folks.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I know you're far more involved in the planning and whatnot than I am, but yeah, that would be my one suggestion for. I'm just afraid the turnout might not be great because there wasn't a whole lot of warning or anything. And I don't really want Jay to just go, man, nobody showed up, I'm going to throw in the towel. Because that would be a real crying shame, especially after, dude, the first 2 years were huge. Like,
yeah.
Those were decent-sized local conventions, especially for being the first and then second year of them.
Right.
And it could have grown bigger the third year, except for up until like February of the third year, we got told, well, there's not going to be a March to Victory.
Yeah, because the place that we had been having it wanted,
Yes.
double the money.
I absolutely understand, but at the same time, like, it was hard. You can't. Whenever I'd say, "Hey, March to Victory's going on, you coming?" No, it's not. Jay said it wasn't. Well, I know that. And then he got kind of down on the attendance last year, and it was one of those, Jay, we got like a month and a half, 2 months worth of warning that this whole convention was going on, buddy. Like, come on, man, we gotta give people a little more time than that. But I don't know, whatever. Either way, I'm sure it will be a wonderful time.
Oh yeah, absolutely it will.
But like, how big did you say Tacticon was last year? Like 40 people or something?
Not counting the tournaments. Yeah, I think so.
Man, okay.
But this year they've got a lot more. We already know when and where it's going to be. So,
correct. I'm trying to. That's November. So I got a alarm on my phone for May the 8th to put in my time request for it.
Yeah, because it is November 7th through the 9th.
Yep. So May 8th is the first day that I work within 6 months of that date.
There you go.
So I got it on my phone to request off, but yeah, I was gonna get that figured out. And that was mostly historical stuff, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. That's always good. That's my jam. You know what's going to be really, really fucking funny? Are you
What's
coming
that?
down for Daikon?
I've been thinking about it.
I'm curious as to whether our old pal is going to show up to Daikon to see John Russell. Which would make for an incredibly entertaining encounter.
Yeah, it would.
Because you kind of have to walk straight through all the big muddy guys that I'm putting games on with to get into Daikon.
Right.
Because they provide basically all of the miniatures stuff for that entire convention. Other than, again, the tournaments. But hell, dude, there's more big muddy guys there than there are tournament guys for that. Like, there were 8 or 9 people in the bolt action stuff last year, and maybe same for the Flames of War. There's just a piss load of RPG people, but yeah, that'll be entertaining to say the least, to see if he shows up now that he's back in a big time miniature and Hex Encounter YouTube channel with all the subscribers we got him.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. I'm painting, which is good, because otherwise right now I'd be sitting here with my camera on pointed at a fucking flat rate box, just yelling obscenities about $200 and 200 and something dollars worth of Ancients, World War II. Life lesson, folks. When you say, yeah, can you buy these for me? Can you do me a favor and buy these for me, and then I'll pay you? You know, it's important to hold up your end of deals when you do stuff, guys. You know,
Yep.
especially when, you know, you've done it in the past and it's been a, well, okay, fine, I trust you. Especially when then your last Facebook message is someone is, okay, buddy, I'll get it right to you. Yeah. Yeah. It is fun. I have now discovered that even after somebody blocks you, you can still see the Facebook message conversations you had with them.
Yeah.
Because that's still there. Not that there's not 800 million fucking screenshots of it, but yeah. Yeah. July of 20, what was that, 21 or 22? 21, I think, right?
Yeah, 21.
Yeah.
Because I started this March 1st, 2022.
Oh, then it was 2022. Because remember,
Oh yeah, that's right.
you did stuff for you did real small streams for the start of it, remember, while the other channel was still running. Dude, all those videos are gone. Did you know that?
Yes.
He deleted every fucking video that we were in on his channel.
Yup.
Like, the only thing that I could find that was even remotely close was the Serpent of the Seas unboxing when he credits his best friend, Hexy.
Mm-hmm.
Which is all right, Jeffrey. We don't condemn you for that. You're still a wonderful person. Everybody loves Hexy. Sexy Hexy. Mr. Jeffrey. Again, man, I really hope Jeff starts putting up like painted models and hobby updates on his channel. Because does everybody remember Jeff's 15 mil like, here's my paint recipes for, I think he did 15 millimeter. I don't know. I don't remember if he posted the one for Russians or Germans, but he had one for Russians and Germans and Americans for painting 15s with speed paints. And man, were those awesome.
Yeah, they were.
Again, I don't remember. I think he only posted one of them. I don't remember which one it was, though. Jeff's a really good painter. I always forget that he used to do models and stuff like Brian did with it when he was Atomic Dog. But he is quite a good painter. He also got a whole bunch of army paints from the old channel back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We almost made it, Chris.
Almost.
What a colossal fucking joke. We almost made it. Nord, if you're out there, best of luck to you, buddy. Don't financially get involved at all. It's my only advice, bud. Don't get financially involved at all.
Hey, he says the podcast episodes are still available on Apple Podcasts. Just don't tell anybody.
Oh, Rocky's War Room lives on Apple Podcast? All right. Hell yeah. There we go. Thank you, Reese Poo. This guy.
Can't go wrong with Reese.
Oh, dude. Not even a little bit. Oh, yeah. Where are we going? Best Western or some shit? Because Reese is...
Yeah, Best Western Lee Summit.
Because Reese is fucking fancy?
Hey, not gonna have any cigarette holes in the sheets.
Probably not. Probably aren't even going to get to hear anybody get shot in the parking lot.
I mean,
Which just seems like a boring stay at a hotel, but, whatever. Maybe that's just me. Like, I'm sorry. I thought this was fun.
You killing me, Smalls.
Well, yeah. Mike, oh, shit. I'm sorry, Mike. I wasn't ignoring you. I just looked up from painting. That sucks, man. Did you find them somewhere else, or do they have them on back order for you? Did they refund you for your other 4 boxes, or what, man? You know who's a big 20 millimeter gamer now? Todd. The wardrobe bought 2 boxes of 20 millimeter for whatever reason, and officially broke into a scale that even I'm not involved in. Oddly enough, I do, however, have I think it's Dragon 28 millimeter landing craft kit that I believe the wardrobe gave me years and years ago for something or other because he didn't want it. And so now I'm going to just take it and leave it in his house at some point in time. Oh, man. What all were you getting from them, Mike? Are there other Caesar's miniature brand stuff that you can get with the same period, like opponents or something? Or that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear it. Reese, in my defense, the Days Inn by Wyndham in Independence also had breakfast. It was sketcherino, but they did. It was quite interesting, to be honest with you. The apple juice tasted unhealthy, and the orange juice tasted kind of like orange juice.
That's no bueno.
And then I had an English muffin that I'm pretty sure I could have thrown through a sheet of glass. Who knows? Who knows? 4-week back order. That sucks, Mike. I'm sorry, bud. An eclectic mix. Some biblical, ancient Chinese, elves, and orcs. That's right. We were talking about that. That's right. Mike, I'm going to give you a huge bit of advice, Mike. Just go all biblical, baby. Like, it just get after it, man. It's entertaining. Who knows? That or have like, go entirely biblical and then elves and orcs and just stage the end of days with biblical forces fighting orcs. That'd be entertaining. I got plenty of 410 Reese. I'll bring you some. Acting like that's a valid excuse. Get the hell out of here.
No, it's referencing a song.
Oh. Okay. I was going to legitimately bring him some ammunition. All right, let's see here. Images. Oh, that could be cool. I feel like that's land-based swordfish, though, that have the top aileron and everything in the gray and green scheme. That's got to be land-based swordfish later in the war. There's no way that you would do that for carrier fighters. Fairy swordfish, Royal Navy, 1941. Shit, maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe I am crazy. Oh, man, there's a whole book about fairy swordfish colorings and markings. How did I not? I would have bought that. That's awesome. Never mind. I guess I am doing the gray and green camo, huh?
There you go. Look at you.
Just looks kind of silly in my book, but, who knows? Well, those are all 1941. Well, 1941 is the year we're going for, isn't it? I keep messing that up. We absolutely do need 1941. Let's look up Fairy Swordfish Paint Scheme 8-1. We'll do 825 Squadron, because then I can feel safe using them in Channel Dash games too. Oh, what do you know? Google does not give a shit what squadron I put in there. Google says, here's Fairy Swordfish. Get fucked.
Nice.
All right, okay. I guess we're gonna do the gray and green paint scheme.
Reese says Jessica was making breakfast the other day, singing "Sink the Bismarck."
Buddy, that's what I need to figure out. I need to find on YouTube a 10-hour loop of Johnny Horton's Sink the Bismarck. That, or should that not exist, I have a friend with a YouTube channel that I need to post a 10-hour loop of Sink the Bismarck by Johnny Horton. Thanks.
You're just saying, right?
I'm just spitballing here. Not that I would totally have that playing and give you enough views, but oh, never mind. Found one. All good. Are you serious? Is this actually a thing? I'm going to pull this up on my TV real fast because I can't do it on my phone while we're sitting here. Oh, if you have a Bluetooth speaker, Reese, please bring that. I will quite literally just put it into like the hood of my jacket and turn it on and leave it playing. And then get real defensive when anybody, tries to touch my hood. Or I can put it on a necklace and just look like Flava Flav with a speaker. And again, get incredibly defensive whenever anybody tries to touch it. Are you serious? Is this actually going to be a thing? Let me mute this because it's invariably going to have ads because I have poor person YouTube. It doesn't even have ads. All right. That's enough for hopefully we don't get flagged for that. But
that was less than 2 seconds. I don't think getting flagged for that anytime soon.
yeah, that was certainly like 2 or 3 bars. I think we'll be fine. But that's awesome. Reese, please bring the speaker. Although I feel like the modern meme thing would be that we've got British pilots coming in playing Fetty Wap on their Bluetooth speakers, but on their JBLs, but we're 100% just going to play Johnny Horton. I guess that means I should probably. I have yet to find. Thank you, Reese. I was looking for like rabbit ears for the rabbit game, right?
Yeah.
It is hard to find ones that are not blatantly Playboy Bunny sexual, and I'm not getting into that with.
Right.
Not to sound discriminatory, but those people. Like, I know I joke about Steve taking his shirt off all the time, but the last thing we really need is Steve running around in Playboy Bunny mentality.
Right.
Like, I've seen some really messed up stuff at work. I don't need to see that. No, Reese, it can't be for Vietnam games because you took all the cool stuff out of the Vietnam games. Are you even bringing men? Are you, Reese? Are you even bringing men to March to Victory this year?
No, he's not.
Yeah, see? It could be for Vietnam games, except for somebody decided to poop all over the party of Vietnam games. Reese. Oh, one thing that I do need to remember is that I'm bringing home a buttload of 15 millimeter ACW. Hell yeah.
There you go.
Forgot about that. Yeah, all of Jay's stuff, remember?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That'll be super cool.
That's what got him over to Salute in April.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir. Happy to help in that endeavor in exchange for a large amount of Fire and Fury based 15s. Especially now that I've played a decent amount of Rebels and Patriots and everything else. That's wonderful. Between Rebels and Patriots and then Live Free or Die ACW, hell yeah. Absolutely. Big fan. Big fan of all of the above. Okay. I think, dude, what happens if these alternate swordfish that I'm painting wind up looking better than the ones I painted specifically for this game?
Use those instead of the ones that you painted specifically for the game.
I know, that just seems dirty, though.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
That's true. That
is what tis.
That is very true. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of this color scheme, but it looks half decent on these figures. Give me a minute and I'll pan it over. Let me get the gray onto the top wing on these guys and we'll look at it. It does look better than I anticipated. Is Chris Long back yet? I hope that dude's back. I gotta ask him I gotta pick his brain about washing with an airbrush. Or Jeffrey. Because I retouched up this Bismarck enough that I feel like I need to put another wash on it, but I don't want it to get too dirty because it already has one wash on it and the ship was damn near new.
Right.
Not that it should be looking clean, but it certainly shouldn't look like, Queen Elizabeth dirty at this point in time, or one of the R class dirties at this point in time. All right. These are coming together pretty nicely, and I haven't even messed with the green on them yet. Don't forget, McMurray, these were painted by 17-year-olds who weren't actually allowed to fly. They're disgruntled. You can be disgruntled
Scala
painting.
wants to know: are you doing acrylic or enamel or all washes?
For am I doing acrylic or enamel? Oh, acrylic. Acrylic. I was thinking about oil, but again, I don't want it to look that dirty, right? And oil washes are exceptionally good at looking dirty, or at least when you're as bad at them as I do. They all look kind of dirty, which is fine. Like, that's what got all like the 40K gamers and stuff into them, is because they're a really good, fast, and effective way to do just grime, man. But that is not necessarily the look that I'm going for here. So I was going to use, honestly, I don't know if you can use like army painter washes through an airbrush, or if it just needs like a ton of flow improver or what. So who knows? That's part of what I was going to ask Mr. Long about. Unless Scala, you got a fair amount of experience airbrushing washes onto things. I do not. I did have a fun time like airbrush highlighting all of the superstructure and stuff on these guys. And then I realized it would probably make a lot more sense and be a lot easier in the long run if I airbrushed the decks, which then essentially meant that I had to go back and unairbrush. They do have, they have the Army Painter Airs. I didn't know if they had their washes in there. So I do not have any of their air washes, and obviously all the local places are closed at this point in time. But what the hell was I talking about? I don't recall. Oh, I'd like to get that washed tonight so that it can cake dry real good overnight with a clear coat on it. Since I decided I needed to paint more on it. The other nice thing is the lines on the gray on these planes was very, very natural, flowing, I guess is a good way to put it. So I don't have to worry about being entirely precise or even with the edge of it, which is kind of nice. Just one less thing to worry about as you're painting.
Yeah.
All right, now where did I put that weird like green? It's really good for Battle of the Bulge Americans for the super bleached out weird Russian animals, but it does grind things up a bit. AK interactive pin washes. Heard Mr. Hobby makes good animals as well. Probably so. Very likely. I'm not that good at this, unfortunately. In fact, I'm not very good at painting, but I absolutely subscribe to the what do we call it? The Zhukov method, which is what is this? Which is quantity having a quality all of its own. Army green. We'll use that. Put your head on. My brain, Charles, my head is on like semi-permanent vacation, my dude. I am sorry to hear that about your printer. It's skipping whole pages. Oh, skipping lines. That's weird. Huh.
That's no bueno.
Yeah, I feel like that's not how it's supposed to work. This green is going to be tough to tell apart from the gray.
Take
Got
care,
to
Reese.
spread fertilizer early tomorrow morning. Oh, Reese, that's okay, buddy. I get rid of fertilizer just about every morning. I believe in you. I'm probably going to drop some fertilizer before I go to sleep tonight. That sucks, Charles. That is no good, buddy. Right? There you go. There you go. Reese, I would assume your wife has decided to not come along to March to Victory. I'm not 100% on that, but I would assume so, given that you're hanging out with Chris and I the entire time. Let's see.
Yeah, she's not on her way.
She's like, go figure. That's okay. That's entirely understandable. It makes quite a heap of sense. All right. Ugga dugga here. Ugga dugga there. Splotch on one rear wing and elevator. A splotch on the tail fin. Splotch over there, and one on the cowl. She's not coming. Well, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Saturdays are for the boys anyways.
Oh. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up. It's 10:13 Central Daylight Time.
Oh man, did we see did we even have a Warmutt sighting in the comments tonight?
No, we did not.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Brian.
I'm a little disappointed.
Oh, it happens. He's a busy guy.
Yeah.
And it is coming into his busy season, so I get it, but
yep.
It's always good to hear from him.
But anywho,
here, let me flash down to a couple of these fighters real quick.
Okay.
Settings, camera, back camera, camera.
Hey, there you go. Those are looking good.
And there is. So that's the one that's. It's in mirror. That always messes with me. That's the one that I've got the green and gray kind of done on. That one has the wing done. Then there is. And I painted over the gun bags, so I need to repaint the gun bags. There is a disappointingly small number of, like, British and Americans have the Carly floats and stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
A, this is early war, but B, it's also Bismarck. So they're just not there, which kind of sucks because that's always cool little splashes of bright yellow and stuff everywhere.
Right.
But, yeah, so repainting the gun bags, retouching the chains because I repainted over them. And then here we are, folks. Shazow, shazow, shazow. Stem to stern. And I even got the Prinz Eugen confusion markings on there.
There you go.
Yeah, which is actually the shit that's behind it. Just not quite as donezo. But yeah, so there we are. There's the plan. We're gonna get these little buggers flying in right over the top.
Yep.
Just dumping torpedoes. Oh, you can see where I got to touch up the gray a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Been holding it too much. That's okay. But
It
hooray!
happens.
There we are, guys. Shazam!
All right. Well, we'll see you on Friday, sir.
Absolutely. Same with you. Same with Reese.
Yep. And we will have a full recap next week. Hopefully, I'll remember to take lots of photos.
Yes. I'm not the best at that.
And until next time, we will see y'all on the flip side.
Yep. Good night, guys. See you, Polly.